Hi, welcome back to AtoBeezeBooks. I'm Ryan, and today we will be doing another weekly recap where I let you know what I've been reading, watching, and any new releases in the bookish world. So if that's something that interests you, please keep watching. So firstly, I finished The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley, and I ended up rating it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a good thriller. And I would say it was a satisfying ending that like answered and tied all the bows. The only thing that was kind of annoying is at the end, they introduced like kind of the bow on the storyline. But I was like, I kind of want to know more about that now. Like, I'm interested and I want to know this character. Also, hello, Freya. And so that was like the only bummer where I'm like, can I get to know him now, please? And then secondly, what I've been reading is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, and I'm actually at 84%. I've been enjoying it so much, and usually I really struggle when there's like cheating. I just find it like so hard to care about the characters. And even though like none of the main characters are cheating, I still feel like it's a huge plot point and it's not bothering me, as well as like the miscommunication trope that's going on in this. But again, I'm not frustrated by it because I'm trying to put myself in these characters' positions, and like I don't know what I would do. So I can't say what they're doing is wrong and it is causing a miscommunication. But again, like I don't know the solution to that answer or to that question. So like it's not bothering me, which is like such a pleasant surprise because it has like two things going against it that usually in books kind of like take me out of a story, and I'm enjoying it. Also, just in general, I'm enjoying it. Yes, the Blue Jays just scored a run. Fudge, no, the Dodgers did. What I was saying is that I wasn't expecting to like this book as much as I am, so it's just a pleasant surprise. Once I finish Regretting You, which I suspect will be tonight when I wrap up my day and sit down to watch the rest of this baseball game, I will be starting The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. It is my current book club's book pick. And once again, it's a thriller. I don't know much about it, to be honest. And I very much get this book and The Maid confused. However, I am fairly certain that this one does have a movie adaptation coming out towards the end of the year with Sydney Sweeney. And it has been on my list for a while. I've never read Frida McFadden, but I am a big fan of thrillers, and it seems like she has a lot of books coming out, and they always interest me, so I'm excited to give this one a shot, and hopefully it makes a good book club discussion. So that's what I have been reading, and what I have been watching is Outlander. I just started it, and it's making me want to read the books. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm only on season 1, and all I can think of is I want to go to there, but I wonder like if you could touch a rock and time travel wherever, where would it be and when would it be? I think I would do like Regency era Bridgerton. I don't think I would get very far. First of all, my mouth would get me in trouble. I think I would really struggle with the food and the smells and the hygiene. So like I romanticize like going back in time and different eras, but I know it would be nasty, and also like I would have no rights, so it would suck, but I want to do it still. So yeah, let me know if you could time travel and there wasn't all the bad stuff. Where would you go and when? So there's no new books that popped out that were coming out this week for me, and there are no book to screen adaptations this week, which I finally said it right. And I thought I would bring you a new segment to the episodes, and that is me out in the field, our new news correspondent out in the field. Take it away.
Hello, and welcome to a special news report from the field. But no, I'm currently driving to Ottawa, where by we, I mean Michelle and I, also this angle. So Michelle and I are going to basically an old book event. So we're going to an old book event. I think it's like antiquarian books or something at one of the universities. It's a smaller one, and apparently it's a like religious university. So I don't know what sort of books they'll have, if it's predominantly like religious texts or if it's all sorts of different books. And I think there will be a few vendors. There's definitely a tour where we get to go into like the old book room that I don't know is open to the public all the time. And then there are also talks and like discussions that I don't know if we're going to sit in on any of them. The one that I was most interested in, I think, starts at 2, and we are going for noon. So I don't know how long the tour is or anything like that, but I thought I'd take you along and let you know how it is, and maybe show you some old cool books and give you any facts that I learned along the way. So yeah, this is live on the scene reporting with Ryan. Okay, we are on the way home now from that book fair, is what it ended up, antiquarian book fair. It was awesome. They had, when we first got there, they had a few vendors right at the beginning with different types of exhibits, kind of, where it was people like showing bookbinding, calligraphy, and this like water marbling paper that goes in the liners of the book binding. It was weird. Like I'd never noticed it before, and then all of the books that we saw today like had it. So that's on my list of like things to look into. It was very cool, very nice paper. And then we went on the tour of the rare book room, which was our initial draw. And I think the oldest book that they had was from the 1500s, which was really cool. It was obviously behind glass, and that was like very fun to see. And then they had a bunch of facsimiles, which are recreations of the original of like old Bibles and other sort of kind of religious texts of like people who would do commentary on religious things. We saw like different pieces of paper, I guess, that was made from like animal hide and stuff. So that was all really fun, and just like little things of, someone who had literally redacted information from, I think it was a Bible. And so like they disagreed with whatever the writing was, so they blacked it out. So it was just interesting to see like how people way back in the day interacted with their books. And the I think she was the head librarian or something. She kept talking about how important it was to like touch our books and interact with our books, and I really liked that sentiment. So it was great. I really hope they put it on again. And then after that, we went to the vendor area, and it was a bunch of used book vendors and old books. Some of the books there were like thousands. I think the most expensive one we saw was $15,000, but I don't really know what the book was. It was just giant and big. So that was pretty cool. And Michelle saw a cool copy of The Exorcist that she really wanted, but it was like just under 4,000 because it was signed by like, I guess, a couple of the actors from the movie, not even like the author. So that was really fun. And I ended up buying 2 books about a small village in Ottawa called Manotick that I love to go to. It's a really quaint little part of the city. And there is this old house and this old mill that I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with the house in particular. The mill is cool too. All in all, it was really worth it to go check it out. We also went to another bookstore. Actually, we went to two more bookstores after that. Anyways, thanks for joining me on the road investigative journalist segment. So back to you, Ryan, in the studio.
Thanks so much, Ryan. You did a great job. Lastly, I also want to touch on how I'm doing with my 75 days booked. And I'm currently, I think, on day 7 because I technically started the day I filmed it last week, which was Monday. I filmed these on Mondays. So I'm doing great with it. I'm very much enjoying it. There was one day where I'd read 45 minutes and I had to do 45 more, and it was late and I didn't want to do it, but I did. And it felt really good to like know that I am building this habit of reading daily. And so far it hasn't been hard for me at all. Having baseball does help because it's such an easy sport to just like put on and then read. So once this World Series is over, I will need to kind of find something that I can put on in the background because I do struggle with just like sitting down and reading. I kind of need like a little something. Otherwise, when I travel, like that knocks off like a good chunk on my audiobook. So far so good. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying writing in a physical journal with my new pen. So if you're thinking about it, give it a shot. You know, you don't have to you don't have to do it exactly like everyone else is doing it. You can do something that works for you that just gets you in the habit of reading. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.